Hi everyone, this is Sonia and welcome to my channel Sonia Psychology Classes. In this video today, I'll be teaching about independent and dependent variables in psychology research methods, and I will be using a lot of examples so that you get a good clarity on the same. So, what are independent variables? Independent variables, as the name suggests, is independent of any other variable, means no other variables can affect or can influence or manipulate these variables. These are independent of any other variables. Independent variables, we as a researcher, if I am a researcher, I can manipulate, I can control, I can vary it. So this is mainly the cause, independent variable that we are trying to study. So any variable that we are trying to study is an independent variable. And what are dependent variables? Dependent variables are the variables that depend upon the independent variables. So these are the effect. When we change, we vary, we manipulate the independent variable. Whatever the outcome comes, that outcome is called as dependent variable. Okay, let's take an example here. Let's say I'm a researcher and I want to study if weather has any effect on the cycling performance. So I take two conditions and two participants. I call the first participant and tell him to cycle during the rainy day. Then I call the second participant and tell them to participate to cycle on the sunny day. Now, here I'm seeing if weather has any effect on the cycling performance. So, weather here. So, what is the cause? It is the weather, whether it's a rainy day or it's a sunny day, and how that weather is impacting, or what is the outcome, how a cyclist is performing on these different independent variables. Their outcome performance will be the dependent variable. So here, what is the IV, independent variable? The weather. And what is the cycling performance? It is the dependent variable because it depends upon the weather. So why IV was the weather here? Because weather is something that we are manipulating, not that I'm bringing in the weather, but I'm choosing that day when there is a different weather. So I, as a researcher, am taking different conditions. So when I'm taking different conditions, that becomes the IV. And why the cycling performance is the DV here? Because it is depending upon the IV, upon the weather. Okay, let's take another example here. Let's say I'm a researcher and I want to study whether eating chocolates have any impact on the hyperactivity of children. So I take two conditions here. Condition one, where there are 10 children in one classroom and I give them 10 chocolates to eat. There is second condition where in the second classroom there are another 10 children where I give just one chocolate to eat. Now I want to see if 10 chocolates or one chocolate, the amount of chocolate has any impact on the hyperactivity of the children. So here, what is the IV? The IV is the number of chocolates given to children. The DV is the level of their hyperactivity. Why number of chocolates is IV? Because I can manipulate it, I can vary to see its effect. And why hyperactivity is DV? Because it is the outcome of eating the chocolates. Okay, now let's do one last example where there are two conditions where I want to see whether having coffee at night affects the sleep of a person or no. So what is the IV here? The IV here is having coffee, or either the amount of coffee, or having or not having coffee, and the dependent variable is the amount of good sleep that a person gets. So in condition one, as a researcher, I give 4 cups of coffee to one participant. To other participant, I give no coffee at all. So here I see the effect of having coffee on the sleep. Since I am manipulating, varying the amount of coffee, so that becomes my IV. This is what I want to measure. And what is the outcome? The amount of sleep that a person is getting. So that becomes your DV, that is dependent variable. So here we are done with the concept of independent and dependent variable. I hope that you are clear now about the concept, and I also gave you three examples which would have given you much clarity. After this, I have put on some good, nice questions for you all. You can take it as a homework, or you can just do it to practice and see if you're able to get it yourself. In case you're not able to, please write in the comment below, or if you have got the answer right, even then you can write in the comment below and let me know how did you like